Hey everyone, this will be a walkthrough of the new state funding award portal and instructions on how to complete an amendment. To navigate to the grants management system, you will go to their website, utvictimsofcrime.force.com, to log in. Most of you should already have a login. However, if your grant has not been activated, you will work with your grant analyst to set this up. The same goes for needing a password reset. You'll always reach out to your grant analyst first. We're going to navigate right now to the grants management portal. This is going to be your main page. From this page, you can look at our other federal funding sources, VOCA, VAWA, and SASP. And then at the top, you have 3 tabs here. So you can click on the home page to always come back here. Your My Applications tab, which will list all of your current and past awards, and the Support tab. So to look at the Support tab here, there's not much that you will do here, but if you have an emergency, you can't get a hold of your grant analyst, and you need a password reset, you can reach out to one of these individuals. They are system administrators, and they should be able to help with that. So coming back over to the My Applications tab, once you click here, you will see a full list of all of your previous and current awards. Some of you may have 20, some of you may have 1. So you'll want to look at the project title and then scroll down to your state funding award. So here we have state funding 2023-2024. Then you're going to come over to the award record ID, and that's how you will enter into your specific award. So this will be the main page of your state funding. You have an applicant info tab here in blue, and that is just giving some basic information of your agency and the areas that you serve. And then you will have 3 tabs here that you can utilize for your processes. So the Files tab is going to house all of the documentation that is related to your state application. This is going to be your original budget, your signed award letter, your scope of work, and any other attachments that you may have sent in. So with the Files tab, we can come over here to the View All on the right bottom corner, and that will give us a full list of everything that is housed in here. You will also see your monthly state funds billing ledger, which your analyst has created for you, and that is how you will complete a payment request. Coming back, you are also able to come in here and add anything to the Files tab. You just click Add Files, Upload File, and you can pull anything from your computer. Okay, coming over to the Budget tab, you will click Budget. You do need to select Year 1. And this is just going to give you a brief summary of your current, your original balance and your remaining funding. Now, we do encourage you to pay close attention to your billing ledger, as we feel like that will give a more accurate view. But you can look here, and it will let you know your original amount here in the total direct column, and then the remaining amount based on your last approved payment request. And you do see here that it says federal funding, and this is in fact state funding. This portal was made for federal funding, and we've just not been able to change the name. But please keep in mind you are in a state application, and this is state funding. And the last tab is our payment request tab, and this is where you will do all of your funding requests. And there is going to be another training for both the ledger and the payment request a little later. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about your state funds portal. Let's navigate back here. Okay, so requesting changes to your award or to submit an amendment. As stated in the certified assurances, an amendment to your award must be requested for these following changes. Changes of substance in program activities, design or objectives, changes in the project director or key professional personnel identified in the approved application, so your point of contact, or changes in the approved project budget. Now, changes in funding by category. So the grantee will plan and budget for equipment and supplies early in the grant project to ensure the full benefit of those purchases received. Moving personnel, purchasing equipment and supplies, and requesting training funds during the last month of the grant may not be undertaken merely for the purposes of using available funds, as this does not support the purpose of the program. So essentially, we're asking you to pay close attention to your budget throughout the year. Request those amendments as early as possible so that you can get the most benefit in that award year for those funds. Okay, how to request changes to your award. So to complete an amendment to your award, you will do the following steps. You're going to email your grant analyst the detail of each change. So this will include the change itself, the reason for the change, and the funding amounts to be adjusted. And to be a little bit more detailed, we are asking you to complete an amendment for the following reasons. If you want to request to fund a new position in the personnel section, so you want to either remove a position and replace it with another one that has completely different activities, or you want to just bring on a new position entirely. If you would like to request to move funding from one category to another, say you want to move $500 from personnel into supplies or vice versa. And then any request for a major change within a category. So if you have funding in your supplies category for awareness supplies and maybe volunteer supplies, but then you decide later that you need 3 laptops. That's a major change that definitely wasn't approved in your original budget, and so we would ask for an amendment for that. And then finally, to get approval for a specific training or a conference, just inform your grant analyst. Let's make sure that it fits within the scope of work of your award. Other than that, you do have some discretion within your own categories to move funding to what you need to. You just need to make sure that your funding is going towards that original scope of work. Okay, so step 2, if approved, your grant analyst will confirm the amounts and the wording to be changed within your award by sending you back an email. Once confirmed, your grant analyst will complete changes in the GMS and the billing ledger, which will be reflected in the grants portal. And let's see. Step 4, once a second managerial approval is obtained, that's our process, all amendment communication and approvals will be uploaded into the Files tab of the award portal, and the amendment is complete. Please do allow for at least 7 days to complete an amendment. Don't always take that long. Sometimes it's a few days, sometimes it's a little longer. And the last day to complete an amendment will be May 31st, 2023. Although we do encourage you, as said before, to do them as soon as possible so that we are not moving money around in that last month of the cycle. So that is it. If you would like to reference the certified assurances that relate to amendments, then you can reference written approval of changes and category change. This is found in the certified assurances that is attached to your award letter that is signed by your authorized official. If you have any questions, please reach out to your grant analyst.